Hey everybody, it's Ender Gaming Studio. Welcome back to another video, and today I will be explaining Hello Neighbor. Really. So I've played the entire Hello Neighbor game, and most of you probably haven't. Now, in the game, you'll probably know that there are shadows, of course. There's a shadow, like in the basement and stuff, that you've probably seen in the alpha versions, or if you finished the complete version. Well, pretty much. Well, first off, I'm going to get out that we all know that the Hello Neighbor, he had kids and a wife, and those kids probably died or are actually missing. We also know that he has a wife. We don't really know where the wife went. But honestly, I can't really explain it. Well, first, hold on. Okay, so guys, what I believe happened is that the neighbor's kids and wife died, and that drove him crazy. Well, over that, he grew onto fear, and you, on the other hand, are just a kid. You were just a kid. You just met the neighbor, and you wanted to know what he does, really. So, what I believe happened is in Act 2, you know how, I think we all know in Act 2 that, well, it's hard to explain. In Act 2, we all know that, of course, the neighbor, he kind of like locks you in his basement. Like, you start out in his basement, and his walls, of course, for his yard are fortified, as you know. So what I think happened is, since he locked you in the basement he locked you in his basement to feel he still had a living kid. So you escape, of course, and want to get out of his yard. And pretty much what happens, it's a little confusing. I don't really know how to explain this better. So after you escape, of course, you then end up leaving, and we all know in Act 1, as it's about to show for us, as I'm about to show for you guys, we all know at the end of this, of course, there are 3 color-coded locks, as you can see. Now, I believe each lock stands for fear, really. And you realize how in the third act, what happens is, really, there are no more locks. As you know, when you go down to the basement, there's no more locks. It's because I believe when you complete those superpowers and you see that there's no locks left, I believe each superpower you get was actually a fear that you were facing. And then over time, because of that, the fear, the lock you have, each lock you had for fear is gone, of course, because you got over them. But you know, after you get into Act 3, you see that there is a giant neighbor. Well, I believe that is because that is your biggest fear, as in the giant. Really, what happens is, after you defeat him, then you realize there's a kid there. You know what, I'm going to try to explain that real quick, hold on. You see that there is a little kid. So let's go ahead a little bit in time. Yee. Oh god. Yee. And yee. So anyways, after you do that, what I believe happens is, now you know you end up being a kid, right? Well, let's go ahead in time. Here we go. So, a little more. Here's the giant neighbor. A little more. What is this? Die. A little more. Now, here is the gigantic. Here's the gigantic shadow. You have to protect the kid, of course, and the kid is you. That is the kid's shadow. Now, I believe everybody in the game has a shadow. Oh, sorry, I'll move that. I believe everybody in the game has a shadow. Now, you realize that when you look around, your shadow is, of course, a kid. Like, small. Like, no. Wait. No, okay, I messed that up. The neighbors, you. Okay, so when you see the neighbor and those like shadows in the one cutscene and the one nightmare you have, you see that the neighbor's shadow is smaller, like a kid, because he still has his fear of losing his kids. Now, of course, your shadow is bigger. As you see in the beginning of Act 3, let's go all the way over there real quick. Dun 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 dun. In the beginning of Act 3, you see your shadow is much bigger. So let's go ahead a little more. We'll back up just a little more in time. Dun 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 dun. Oh, here it is. Now see, when you're driving in, you see the neighbor's old house and then your house, your old house really. And pretty much, if you walk over to the neighbor's house, you see that, really what happens is you have to protect what am I even saying? I am totally lost right now. Wow. Okay, so, if you walk towards the neighbor's house, you see you have like, there's a larger shadow over there, and it's because you're in the neighbor's old house. Your biggest fear is the neighbor. That's why your shadow is much bigger, like an adult, as in the neighbor. It's very strange. Hello Neighbor is a very confusing game. So, I guess you guys could understand why it's getting a little hard for me to try to explain it to you guys. So you know what, I'm pretty sure I explained it. Now, if you have more questions, put them in the comments. I will be happy to help you. So, I'll see you all next time in the next video, which I'm probably going to record in like, I don't know, like 5 minutes, because it's not going to take that long to set it up. So see you all next time, and goodbye.